Welcome to BamBam-O-Rama.
Welcome to BamBam-O-Rama. We got the schmeats.
We got the schmeats.
Welcome to another BamBam-O-Rama podcast. Today we've got myself, Adrian, Jackson, and then we've got the lovely Brian Herrera from many various acts. One of them, you know, is Louie the Liars. We had Louie on week before last.
I don't want to focus too much on music. We're going to have a conversation.
Yeah.
We're still going to talk about some other stuff too. But I did want to get into, I don't think we've ever talked about it. Like, what got you into music? I know we've played a bunch of gigs together.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting, I think, because when we had Louie on here, we brought up the old Moving Forward days.
Yeah.
And there was a time during the Pine Box days, and I'm sure this might get said again later. It seemed like me, Jackson's Lost Cause, and Moving Forward were on every bill for like 3 months, it seemed like. I remember I got a call from Nathaniel, and he'd be like, hey, I need you to play. And I'm like, who am I playing with? And he'd be like, Moving Forward. And I was like, yeah. Who else am I playing with?
Yeah, for sure. Because
like, not in Aruba, I just expected y'all to be there.
I guess the turnover for local bands was like kind of high at the time. Actually,
it was, yeah.
Where like there were only a small amount of bands or acts that kind of kept doing it without any weird like internal fallout or whatever.
Right.
Especially like the lifespan of the Pine Box and the amount of shows like that we played there, like sometimes 3 times a week together or something.
Sometimes, yeah.
So yeah.
It was a lot. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. Moving Forward was the first band I knew you in.
Right.
Was that your first band?
That was my second band.
Okay.
First band was I was like in high school, and just me and some friends started up just a little pop punk band, and we played shows. Dom actually booked us a lot.
Nice.
It was in the same days as like the Einstein's Revenge, and
I went to Einstein's a few times.
Right
I think I
after,
actually lived in Leveland during Einstein's.
Right after like the hipsters era, and Earls 2 was around still.
God, Earls 2.
We played at the Roadhouse a lot.
Man, I want to detour a little bit. Can we talk a little bit about Earls 2?
Yeah.
Did you ever go to a show at Earls 2?
No, not to a show, no. Whenever I was in Odessa still, I would have actually just been there to just be a lush.
A lush?
Yeah, I wouldn't have known any of you guys.
That bar, I don't know if this offends anybody, but if it does, they can probably fuck off. That was gotta be the trashiest bar I've ever been in.
Well, the second one.
The second, yeah. Didn't it have like a...
And can you imagine what Earls 1 was like?
Right. Did it have it had like a porn arcade game, didn't it?
Oh, I don't know.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember.
You don't remember?
I didn't go to a lot of
Plastic
stuff there.
tables, right?
But
it's like the fold-out
plastic
tables.
fold-out tables. It was bad.
That's about all I remember.
There was like 1 or 2 pool tables in there, but I don't think I ever saw anyone play pool on the... The bands always used the pool tables as like...
Honestly, I think the pool tables were used more as like regular tables.
Right, yeah. Because the bands used them as merch tables. Like, I don't think I ever saw anyone play pool on them.
No, I mean, I'm familiar with the Roadhouse. I played a lot of shows there with this band in particular. We did a lot. But,
what band is that?
Axiom.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you know Grant Van Amberg, drummer?
I don't.
It hasn't been in this area for 2-3 decades. It feels
That's
like.
awesome, yeah, right?
Well, no, he's in California at some
really?
area now. We just never went anywhere. But we also played at Einstein's, the first Einstein show.
Oh wow!
Nice.
Cran, you know Cran, yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Cran called me and my brother up, and was like, "Hey, we need you guys to play a show at Einstein's. It's new venue. We didn't have a band." So we threw a band together for that show.
Oh shit!
And then we started playing as Innovator.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was good times. Gotta love all those venues.
So to get back into it, tell me about that first band. Was Anthony in that band?
No.
Because I know you've been in bands with Anthony since I've known you.
Anthony.
Am I saying Anthony? Andy.
Oh yeah,
Sorry.
Andy. Yeah, for sure. I was like, oh shit.
That's my bad.
I was like, am I the one freaking out?
No, I'm the one that
there's an
can't get a
Anthony
name correct.
There's an Anthony in my life that I just like.
Right? No, I meant Andy. That's my
Okay,
fault.
yeah, no. Oh yeah, me and Andy have been playing music together for years, just as long as with Gods too. The Moving Forward days. So, but no, before that it was people that actually I don't think anybody knows. Just friends of mine from high school that never really did anything else after that band.
Oh really?
Like or after high school, played music after that.
That happens a lot in this area. I remember seeing some shows like high school kids and being like, dude, those kids are fucking awesome. They're gonna go somewhere if they do something. Then that band breaks up and most of those guitars get shoved under the bed and never got seen again.
They all work in the oil field now.
Yeah. Like, it's insane. And some of those, I'm no joke, some of those kids, I think, if they kept pressing on, they could have done something.
Yeah,
I mean, most of us could. I mean, if I did it right, Jackson's Lost Cause could be my full-time gig, but I didn't.
I was going to say, like, anybody that does anything long enough, there's a good chance it'll get to a place where you can at least sustain. I mean, you do something long enough, you're eventually going to get good enough to keep doing it.
That's right.
I think that's one thing that you've always, like, heard, or that I've always heard, is if you keep going, you can just keep going. You're just doing it. I don't know a better way to word it, but
you're right.
It, you know?
You're right.
I mean, that's solid advice across the board. If whether it's music, painting, anything.
No, exactly, yeah.
So when did you get hooked up with Louie?
Also Moving Forward days. Because he played
Oh yeah,
bass.
he was in Moving Forward.
Bass.
Talked about that, yeah.
Yeah, and see, my first show with Moving Forward was at Baby Bears.
Okay.
Do you remember that? It was like it wasn't even a venue. It was like a baby store, like where they sold baby stuff. But they had just closed down, so it was empty. But they still had I think the pink and blue walls in there, if I remember right.
I've gone into this place.
Yeah.
When it was Baby Bears, I believe, but I didn't know there was a
Yeah,
show or a venue.
that was So that was my first show with Moving Forward. Andy called me, I think, and was like, "Hey man, our drummer just quit. Do you think you could play a show with us in a couple of days?"
In a couple of days,
and I would do that. I was straight up just laying in bed too, getting ready, and I was in bed, and then I answered the phone. I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Nice.
All right, hung up. I just woke up the next day, got my drums together, went over to the house, learned the set. The next day, and then the day after that, we played my first show with Moving Forward, and that was with Vince Post Punk. Also played that show. Lyndon and Marcus was in that band as well.
Yeah. I forgot Marcus was in Vince Post Punk. It all comes together. This is when you got with Andy. Later, that got you with Louie.
Yep.
And Marcus is now playing with Louie as well too.
Yep.
So the only one out of the mix there is Lily. But we played Lily. We played shows with Lily.
Oh, also
back in Pine Box days. So. Yeah. And did she go to Earl's 2 shows?
No,
she was too young.
Well, Cactus House now. Pine Box now is over a decade ago.
God,
so
that blows my mind. Speaking of Pine Box, and honestly, just the DIY scene. You did Cactus House from 2018 to 2023.
2022.
What was the inspiration for? I loved the community that the Cactus House was.
Yeah.
And I know that there was a lot of issues because of COVID, and post-COVID was a rough time.
Exactly.
But what inspired you to make that venue?
To be honest, I was a second thought in the whole creation of all that.
Oh, really?
I wasn't there from the ground floor or anything. But it started off I think Andy and his partner at the time wanted to start a thrift shop. Alyssa helped start Cactus House as well. So they wanted to have a little thrift, fashion shop. And then Gus was with him. They were looking for a spot to kind of get everything set up, have a little venue and all this. So they found that spot that was they were looking for someone to rent it. Perfect spot. So they got it. And I hung out with them almost every day. So I was like, hey, we can book shows. I still get a lot of emails from whenever I was booking at Pine Box, and then even after that. I'm like, all right, well, so just booked our first show, and shitload of people came out. It was good, and we were like, all right, well, we'll start up the little thrift shop up front. Have sell records, whatever we have that we want to sell, have the whole background, for whatever we want to do, all kinds of activities. And so, I don't know, through that first show, just started doing whatever we wanted.
And it was really, like I said, it was a really cool spot because it was a DIY venue, but you did a lot more with that DIY venue than most places try to do. There was yoga classes that got taught at some points.
Yeah, we had yoga.
And you put on art shows.
For elementary students and stuff, yeah.
I think that was one of the coolest things. I think if anyone is interested in doing a DIY venue, I think that's something to do. Is to really
involve the community.
Involve the community, yeah, not just worry about your musical community.
Yeah.
Get everyone involved. Because I think that was my favorite thing about what y'all did.
Because whenever you kind of start something like this, and whenever the community at large views DIY venues like that, you're almost like a pariah. They see all these the subcultures, all the people that are drawn in by this. But then you start involving the community. You start. That's what really matters. You want people to come into this and see what it's all about, really. Mm-hmm. And then, so if you get the community involved, and then you do your best to kind of well, be a decent person, just do whatever you can.
Yeah.
And then it starts kind of working back and forth. You bring in more people to your shows. You bring in more people who never knew this stuff was here, but might be interested in it.
Yeah.
And they see it happening, and they feel welcome to it. And then, hell yeah, you know, more people coming in, more people learning about it, and you're able to, I don't know, change something, hopefully.
Right. I agree with that. I think one thing I do want to put on note on that was, I thought was cool. There's always seems to have been this battle, at least in this area, and I don't know if it's like this in every musical community, but between original music bands and cover bands.
Yeah.
And one thing that I thought was cool when you did, was it the Nirvana or Kurt Cobain?
See, I don't think I did that.
It wasn't you?
No.
Who put that on?
I have no idea. You know,
But I know it was a mix of original bands and cover bands, wasn't it, that ended up playing that show? Did you run sound for it, or?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Some days are more hazy than others.
Okay, that's fine.
No, did it happen at Cactus House?
Yeah, it happened to Cactus House.
Well,
because I know, like,
okay, what I think happened there is I think someone else promoted it, you know, put it all together, and we let them use a spot for it. Man, I don't remember it.
That's okay. That's okay.
If I might not have even been there. Was I there?
And
I don't know.
He was calling Andy Anthony for like a good 2
I was-
I did. I
was like, were you there?
I didn't go to the show, but I did see, like, I saw...
So I know Flip Cup, they're usually the ones to kind of spearhead.
I think Flip Cup
those
was there.
Like that, yeah.
Because I remember seeing the list, and there was a few different bands on there, but I guess why I say it, I saw that it bridged, or I believe that it bridged the gap a little bit between cover bands and original music bands. A friend of ours, Michael Searles, who is heavy in cover bands, been in 3 or 4 of them that I know of. I'm sure he's been in a lot more cover bands than that.
Oh, yeah.
He went to that show, and he fell in love with the Cactus House, and I think he even booked a birthday party.
I know he performed there. I was at that show.
Yeah,
for sure. I remember that one.
Was he wearing a glitter thong, sparkly thong or something?
I wouldn't remember.
He does wild stuff sometimes.
That's something I wouldn't remember.
And a leather vest.
By the way, I also wanted to get more into because I want to stay on Cactus House for a minute, during COVID, which was a dark time for all of us. You guys, again, still trying to keep the community alive, trying to keep original music alive. Y'all did Cactus House live sessions, which I want to say right now, I mean, don't turn off our video, but when you're done watching our video, please go check out some live sessions on Cactus House. I played there, Louie and the Liars played there, Louie did play there.
Yeah, we did, yeah. That one's not the best one because, like, I was also sound guy, and, so I had to leave the soundboard and go back and play drums.
Right.
So anything wrong with the whole set, like I couldn't catch it.
Song at least.
No, it was the whole set because I wasn't about to get up and go back and forth. Even though I might have done that, but no, I couldn't listen to it while we were performing. So if there was anything going on wrong with it, I couldn't hear it. So
I understand. That's tough.
So whenever I did go back and listen to it, I was like, oh boy,
right?
There is a lot of shit wrong with this.
But I will say this: it blew my mind when I played it, because I felt like I was on I got invited to go play on a TV show, because it felt like that. You had 2 or 3 cameramen coming around me. You were back there behind the board. You weren't just doing sound.
I was running the switch.
You were running the switch. You were basically director, producer, almost everything. And Gus was running the interview side of it. He made it interesting in that way. I thought it was wonderful.
That was a crash course lesson there, because
how long did it take you to...
So what do you mean, to learn how to do all of it? Or?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, 3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Because, at first, I learned what we had to do, and then so I got a cheap little webcam, and then I had just a couple of different microphones, and I was just kind of, messing around with it.
Because you did say the first few were just a static cam. Like, the camera crew
came that was later, yeah.
Right?
And then I learned how to use, OBS, and that, I was like, okay, so now I can get, just another camera. Had 2 cameras loaded up into one computer trying to go through OBS, and then it just couldn't work it out, it was really, glitchy, and it was bad. If you go back and watch it, I think Ghidorah is our first band that we had.
Oh, Ghidorah was?
And it's you can just see how bad the camera work is, and, the sound is also, not great. And then by the second one, though, me and Juan, actually, he was one of the camera guys. He helped us out. It was me and him, really, putting money towards, getting some equipment. But we got that little, I forgot, it's like a 4-camera, like, switcher and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So then we were able to get him, like, we went out and bought some long-ass HDMI cables so he could walk around wherever he had to, and, like, I would just go back from his camera, and I have, like, 3 GoPros, so I'd have, like, a GoPro on, either side of the stage, and him going at it with his. And then we had another friend, actually Juan's roommate, who's also a really good camera guy. He's the guy that shot the Louie the Liars video.
Okay.
So every now and then, whenever he felt like helping out or whatever, he'd go, and so we'd have 2 camera guys, and I'd still have the 2 GoPros. So we'd have 4 cameras going, and the sound part was something I'm more familiar with, so
right.
I didn't have too much trouble with that. It was like just figuring out how to get video in there and how to sync it up like live. Because the delay from the video, of course, is, I don't know, the latency there was tough to figure out.
That is tough.
I don't know how to use OBS.
That sounds wild. And so did you figure out the latency issues, or?
Oh yeah.
They were there?
Yeah, eventually. Yeah,
Nice.
I'm sure you go back, and if you watch some of the first ones, you have no idea what the hell's going on. There's like a video going, and then it's like a terribly dubbed show.
I mean, we know a lot about that. Yeah, as you saw, we were stumbling getting some of this set up.
Yeah.
I think half the fun doing any of these projects is the worthwhile event of figuring it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Figuring out the pieces, and we have latency issues all over the place. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
I think latency has to be the hardest thing to deal with, right? Or the most common thing to deal with.
Yeah, because you sit there and I have to go like, hey man, can you just clap real quick or something?
Right. Yeah.
And then, but I'm doing this live. It's not recorded, so I can't just get a separate audio file and a video file and just kind of
sync,
get it there. They have to clap, and then I have to mess with the little the little meter or whatever, and then clap again. And so they'd clap over here, and then a second or two later, I'd see it on the video. Clap. It's like, okay, clap again. Clap. I was like, shit. All right. So then, because I'm doing it all live, and
I mean, honestly, I gotta give you props for it. I don't think I would have had the patience to figure all that out. You can do it in 3 weeks.
We had to figure that shit out pretty quick.
Because y'all wanted to keep the Cactus House alive.
Yeah.
You wanted to keep the community alive, and I think that's really important.
See, I think also one of our first ones was a Treaty Revival. Maybe not our first one, but Treaty is on one of the Cactus House sessions, and that one kind of they've blown the hell up lately, so that video's been picking up a lot of steam too.
Nice.
I get that.
It's always cool.
So, and oddly enough, I think you know how phones and shit is always listening. I said something about the Cactus House sessions when we were, preparing for this, and then 5 minutes later it was, I think it was Louie's episode popped up on my YouTube feed on my TV,
shit.
and I was like, oh, there it is.
The algorithm works.
It does.
Oh yeah.
You did all the flyers for, or you did a lot of them.
I did a lot of them. Yeah, definitely. Gus ended up doing some there towards the end.
Right. And I liked it. I always thought y'all's flyers, yours and Gus's, both were super creative.
And not that a lot of time went into them. I'll say that for sure.
I mean, maybe that's what makes it good. Just being able to throw it together simply.
Yeah, for sure. Because it was a lot of times it was like, oh shit, I need a flyer.
Right.
So then sometimes I take a picture of just out the window or of a ceiling fan or something, and then I'll just throw it through a shitload of filters to where it doesn't even look like a ceiling fan anymore. It's just a splatter on a purple background, or just type everything in on what's a gothic font or whatever is in my phone already, and just toss it on there if I didn't have their logo.
Yeah, especially depending on what band it is.
Yeah, you copy and paste Louie and the Liars and Jackson's Lost Cause, and then you
right. Also, I'm super sad to see Cactus House go. What is next as far as music venues in Midland? Do you know? Because you're still playing shows around here.
Yeah, we shit. I guess it's not so much as DIY venues as it is now. We're playing bars and clubs.
Bars and clubs. So, which ones, if you don't mind me asking? We can.
There's the Rose in Midland.
Mm-hmm.
They've been picking up a lot of what's that brewery that's in Midland? Eccentric Brewery. Yes, I don't know why I tripped on that so hard because I help out there a lot. But they still are doing shows. They're doing comedy stuff now. That's, I guess, as close to a DIY venue as you'll see around here.
Which is real interesting because I think, if I remember correctly, the owner of Eccentric Brewing wasn't even interested in having an open tap room at first, and then somehow I guess one of his friends talked him into doing an open mic night. It blew up.
See, I don't know that much. But
I'm also piecing things together. So
Jamie, the guy that I work more with out of Eccentric, he's like super into it.
Yeah.
He loves the idea of having bands playing there, just all kinds of things. So, I mean...
And I could be wrong. I just remember hearing a long time ago that Eccentric wasn't interested in having an open tap room. They just wanted to make their beers, sell them to Midland bars, and that was it. So when someone was like, when you called me, you or Louie, one of y'all called me and was like, hey, we're doing this open mic night, I was like, what?
No, yeah, it might have been me that called you.
Yeah, it was one of you two. And I was like, I get to go in there? Like, I was surprised.
Because Jamie called me and said, hey, you do this stuff with Cactus House, and I've seen, and I worked with Caleb at the time, and Jamie would go out to the shows. Mm-hmm. And he called me and was like, hey, I'm putting together like a singer-songwriter night, whatever, if you know anybody that wants to get on it, just hit them up, and we're going to have it on this date. So I hit up you, I'm pretty sure I hit up Panky about it. Who else did I hit up? I might have, reached out to a couple other people about it, because I didn't really know how to read what kind of show it was actually going to be.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pull like all kinds of people in and it's going to be some weird shit going on. But no, it was pretty chill. It was really cool. I mean,
it was really cool. I thought it was cool. So they were also doing, it wasn't just a regular like open mic night. They actually did like a featured artist of the open mic night, and they interviewed him, which oddly enough, Luke McDonald's group that he was in was the featured.
He played guitar, right?
He played guitar for him. Or for her, actually, I should say. That was really cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, so with that being said, one of my favorite things about people like coming in is getting to learn a lot more than just that. So we know your music, right? We've seen you play him a lot more than me, just because I don't go out to, much less I haven't lived here in forever now. But what's something that's not music, that's not the music venue, that's not the music production? Like, what's something else? Tell us something else that's going on.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And I let me try to kind of feed you a little bit, right? You have video production within that scope.
Yeah.
Certainly that's different, right? I mean... Oh,
yeah, for sure. But that's also something that kind of came secondhand, I guess. Like, in a way that, like, I have this and I need this. Yeah. So it's like, I need to get this up to even just a level that is acceptable, and I never really went above and beyond that. I just hit the acceptable level, and it's like, okay, if this will work and no one's gonna talk shit about it, then we're good.
To be honest, I feel like, we went to VidCon earlier this year, and not to talk shit about anyone who went to VidCon, any famous YouTubers out there, TikTokers, I'm not talking shit. A lot of people live in that level of acceptable and are thriving. And I don't think so. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, attractive doesn't have to be the prettiest.
Yeah.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of people forget when we're buying, and I will pick on Jack a little bit because we're surrounded by a lot of instruments, but when we're buying all these instruments...
I have too many guitars.
Well, I'm not even trying to say that that's a real thing, but it can be, is what I'm getting at. Joking aside, like, if you got 1,000 strats, why? Or something like that. And of course, I'm exaggerating to help the thought, but do you ever see yourself doing anything more with that kind of stuff, or even something else?
Maybe. I haven't really gone too hard into that. Like, life has just kind of, like, whenever Cactus House kind of closed down, like, there was a lot of stuff that kind of got pushed, to the back burner, it's stuff in my main life. Because, like, not that Cactus House wasn't part of my main life, but because it was, like, it consumed so much of my life.
Right.
That, like, I was there, almost every other night, maybe more than that. So then, I have a fiance at home, I have, a house that, needs work, I have a day job, I have everything else going on in life as well. So whenever Cactus House closed, it was kind of like that big void that now I filled up with stuff that I should have been keeping up with the whole time as well, So I've just kind of been working on the house, playing fantasy football now.
There you go.
See, what else have I done?
I think you're in one of the greatest fantasy football leagues to ever exist.
I don't know. Someone picked Tom Brady. So.
Yeah, it's always annoying when somebody doesn't want to play the game.
Right.
Okay, man, you don't have to play the game. You can go play over there if you want.
Right.
Along with Rob Gronkowski.
Rob Gronkowski, yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. It's a strong quarterback league, and he did pick the greatest quarterback to play the game, but he's not playing the game anymore.
Huh? You talking about Troy Aikman? Or?
Troy Aikman? You know I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I can't speak for Troy that well. I mean, he was a great leader, but
came in clutch
he handed that ball to Emmitt Smith way more than he passed it. And I mean, that was the game back then too. And I ain't hating on Troy. Troy could overpass me. I'm terrible at throwing a football.
Yes, to this day, that man, well, how old is he now? Like 50-something?
He's thrown more touchdown passes than I have.
He could still outrun everything I do.
Oh, absolutely.
The whole thing. He's more and more athletic.
I don't like his beer very much. I will say that. Troy, you need to make a better beer.
Yeah, it's not bad. I didn't think it was right. I'm wrong. Also, I had it at Texas Live. Maybe it tastes better from like in person experience right there.
Do you have any regrets?
No regrets.
No, like
in life in general.
No, I mean like with the venues and stuff.
Oh no, not at all. It has led to a lot of fulfilling, quests in my life. Really, cool people. Things that a lot of people just don't get to experience in a lifetime that doesn't, take a step out of that door.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds like you've got, and I don't mean this in an overbearing way, that you got a lot on your plate in that fulfilling way.
Yeah,
you set yourself up for success in so many ways, not with just establishing and helping establish the Cactus House, because you are all equal in that. I don't want to take away from any of their parts either. Certainly with your contributions, it's got to feel some good, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you ever see yourself in this position at all, like anything close?
Not really. No, I mean, it's weird because I've always been part of that DIY like kind of community stuff. Playing shows in high school, being a roadhouse, and then even after that, with moving forward, just at random DIY shows or venues. And then I really got caught up in the Pine Box, and then started trying to help out more and more running sound because I really enjoyed it. So then whenever Nate was leaving, I talked to Nate, and I was like, if you're leaving, I'll take over, whatever, let's start. So the contacts, we exchange, contact information, like for his bookers who promote, or like tour bookers or agents and stuff. And then so I would get CC'd in a lot of stuff, and then I kind of started getting those emails after Nate left. I don't know, had fun there. It took me on my first tour, I was moving forward, and moving forward in Ivy League, met all those people, and then a lot of cool stuff that came through because of that. You
would always want that for someone, but you gotta ask, right? We got you here.
Yeah.
I gotta know.
Yeah, because you kind of start to think about like, how old am I now, and like, what do I have to show for it?
Right.
And it's like it's a different spectrum. Like, it's a different wavelength. I don't know what word to put it on, because you get people who have lived their entire lives, and they spent those, I guess, 12 years in school, and then they find their success or their happiness in that, which is fine. But then there are other people, like I spent like 12 years booking music, playing music, traveling, the country with my friends, playing music, and like you get that sense of fulfillment like in that same way. But then whenever all that's done, it's kind of like, did I pick the wrong path, or
Right.
But then you look back and you see where you're at, and like, no, I'm getting by, I'm fine, like I'm doing great, So I wouldn't have chosen any other way. I'd do it all over again.
And that, I like putting people on the spot, as you heard earlier.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite show? Like a show that is just immortalized in your mind? This show either says this was Cactus House Spirit, or it was just your favorite for whatever, whether it was you guys playing or you playing with somebody or not.
I want to say it was probably it was the Moving Forward's last show ever. It was Ivy League played that show. Who else?
I know which one you're talking about, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm really upset that I could not make it to this show. I could not, and I really wish I was there.
Even Nate's band. It's
Black Lantern, right?
Black Lantern, yes. I don't know how I forgot that. Yeah, Black Lantern played that.
That's one of the biggest reasons I'm upset I didn't get to make that show. I've never gotten to see Nate's band Black. I almost said Black Panther.
Yeah, that was coming up. I was like, I know it's not Black Panther, but yeah.
I've never gotten to watch it, and I always wanted to.
And I think even, I want to say Panky played it as well.
Yeah, he was on it.
And I want to say Dreamers played as well. So like, that was just kind of...
And I don't know how you felt. I always felt that Panky's project Dreamers was my personal favorite. I think it was the best West Texas.
I think so as well.
Original band, and I wish that group didn't break up. Honestly,
dude.
if they were still together, I might actually consider putting money down and signing them. And like, I don't have a label, but I'll make one to put Dreamers.
I got Pro Tools and all this stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, shit, it's 2023. They can record from wherever they're at and just shoot it all in.
Yep.
That's very true. Do you have anything, a new project, something you want to get out there?
I don't have any new project or anything, just continuing to do, Louie the Liars, have a video out that came out, a month or so ago, EP that also came out a month ago. I want to say it was a month ago, might have been less than that, I don't know. But we've held on to that sucker for so damn long. We recorded those at Cactus House, and Cactus House closed in September of 2022.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, we've been...
waiting.
Yeah, so, I mean, that came out recently. Yeah, check it all out. YouTube, Louie the Liars.
I do need to go listen to the entire album.
I do too. I mean,
it's like 12 minutes of your life.
And I'm sure it's well worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Louie's a great songwriter.
Louie is a really good songwriter. Yeah.
Y'all make sure you check out Louie and the Liars. Brian, thank you for showing up, or not showing up, for coming and talking to us.
Yeah, we've been ditched sometimes.
Hey man,
I'm happy to be a placeholder. I showed up. No, thank you for having me. Really, thank you. It was fun. It's a good time. I always enjoy doing stuff like this. So talking. It's fun.
So other things we want to talk about. Go make sure you do check out Louie and the Liars. One of our future guests, Jeremy Calley, is going to be on our show. Go check out his guitars, trailer-made guitars. He builds them in San Marcos, Texas.
And then, of course,
always make sure you're checking out the BamBamORama Twitch streams. We are now streaming on Kick, because we dropped the YouTube video game stream because no one was watching it. That's not a dig. It was just...
I love it. Not a dig.
What's funny is I'm going to cut to you.
But so check it out on Twitch or Kick. 8:30 Tuesday nights. We're doing Texas Chainsaw Massacre right now, and soon to be just a random set of horror movies. Yeah, horror games. Then Wednesday 2:30, we're playing Grounded.
That's Honey, I Shrunk the Kids in a video game. And then, of course, please check out Audrey Adams Art. She's doing some wonderful paintings and digital stuff as well.
Yeah. And if you want to be a sponsor of the next BamBamORama podcast, please hit us up on Instagram.
I could use some more Taco Bell. We love you. Again, thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Love y'all. Love you, Brian.
Love you.
Cheers. I don't know you very well, but I still love you.